is proposing a law requiring tech companies to monitor private messages to prevent the dissemination of sexually abusive content involving children. Security experts fear that this proposal will undermine encryption and users' privacy. The proposal from the European Commission requires digital service providers to detect, report, and remove harmful content. Although it doesn't directly ban end-to-end encryption, it may require scanning message content on users' devices before encryption. Experts argue that creating content scanning capabilities will lead to widespread surveillance and potential abuse. For example, Europol wants to use this method to combat other types of crimes. Professor Kimmo Haljunen from the University of Oulu believes there's no effective technological solution for this and worries about the high volume of false alerts. He also emphasizes that once the monitoring capability is created, it could be abused by anyone. Currently, the proposal is under review by the EU Parliament and Council. The final decision will be made after negotiations between the three parties. The number of fatal waterway accidents has risen, often involving small rowboats and alcohol consumption. Lack of life jackets and alcohol use are the primary causes explaining these accidents, while weather and conditions usually have little effect. In 2023, 34 people died in waterway accidents in Finland, an increase of 7 from the previous year, according to a report by Traficom. 1/3 of the fatalities occurred in the Vuoksi Lake area, where 11 deaths were recorded. The number of deaths in this area has steadily increased since 2020. The group most at risk in these accidents is men over 55 years old. Approximately 80% of the deceased did not use life jackets, and 50–60% consumed alcohol. Accidents often occur near the shore, in small and unstable rowboats. Kimmo Petraka, an expert from Traficom, advises boaters to wear life jackets and avoid alcohol consumption. He also recommends practicing accident handling to enhance survival skills. Nordic Carbide Oy, operating under the brand name Move On East, has announced its bankruptcy. It was one of the few companies in Finland operating in the electric scooter rental sector. The company provided services in over 10 cities, including Joensuu, Kuopio, and Rovaniemi. The bankruptcy was initiated by the tax administration in April due to the company owing at least €10,000 in taxes. Last year, Nordic Carbide attempted to restructure its business but was unsuccessful. The company owns a total of 750 electric scooters, which are expected to be auctioned off in the near future. Following this bankruptcy, there remains only one domestic company in the e-scooter rental market in Finland. Pedro Abeo, a Portuguese architect, has innovated a new model of communal housing in Finland to alleviate the housing shortage in Europe. Abeo founded the company Gamified Co-housing with 5 communal housing projects and plans to expand into other countries. Abeo transformed an old village school in Lohjan into a living space with ample communal areas and large outdoor spaces. Tenants can pay rent in cash or with points accumulated from a mobile game developed by the company. The basic rent is €10 to €12 per square meter, and tenants can live rent-free if they work diligently. Abeo criticizes the practice of demolishing old houses to build new ones, which drives up housing prices. He believes this trend only serves to maximize profits for investors while neglecting the quality of life for residents. Many residents choose this housing model for its affordability and natural environment. They are satisfied with the sense of community life, despite certain challenges in group motivation management and maintenance work. Abeo believes Finland is a safe and conducive place to implement this project, despite higher costs compared to many other countries. The Finnish Ministry of Transport and Communications (LVM) has temporarily halted the program to improve internet connectivity on VR trains. This announcement has surprised many opposition lawmakers, especially members of the Transport and Communications Committee. VR has upgraded the internal network on 60% of trains but still faces difficulties due to weak signals along the railway lines. The ministry planned to use €4.7 million to increase the number of signal transceiver stations, reducing areas with poor signals. The decision to suspend this project is believed to have a negative impact on daily commuters, as they rely on stable internet connections on trains. Lawmakers in the committee are urging the Ministry of Transport to reconsider this decision to avoid disrupting passengers. HSL has announced congestion at the Kampi and University of Helsinki metro stations, as well as on the replacement bus route for tram line 8. Due to the closure of Rautatientori metro station for 3 months and tram line 8 being replaced by bus 8X, a sudden increase in passengers has caused severe congestion. According to Tuvo Serjala, project manager at HSL, while most adjustments have gone smoothly, issues such as bus line 8X being overloaded still persist. Furthermore, an elevator at the University of Helsinki metro station malfunctioned just before the closure began, further complicating matters for passengers. HSL is actively seeking solutions to improve the situation and encourages passengers to allow for extra travel time and patience while waiting. A school health survey indicates that adolescents in Lapland consume alcohol, electronic cigarettes, and smoke cigarettes more than their peers in other regions of Finland. An 8th grade student shared, "Here, the border with Sweden is very close. We can easily buy cigarettes and e-cigarettes from Sweden. Indeed, it's less than 30 kilometers from Kemi to the Swedish border." According to Nina Kemila, coordinator for health promotion in the southwest Lapland region, the increased use of stimulants is a concerning issue. The survey shows that nearly half of Lapland adolescents have tried e-cigarettes, and in some areas, this figure reaches nearly 80%. Young people admit to knowing who can provide them with stimulants. Peer pressure is also a factor leading many to use stimulants. Kemila emphasizes the need to increase awareness and change community attitudes towards this issue. "We need to collaborate more with non-governmental organizations to improve the situation," she said. The report also points out that in Sodankyla, the rate of stimulant use among adolescents is highest in the Lapland region. A group of experts has proposed 30 measures to improve the nation's health and happiness by 2027. Among them, there are 4 measures aimed at improving the health of children and adolescents. 1. Proposed ban on smartphone use in schools. Using smartphones in classrooms not only disrupts the learning process but also causes psychological issues. A proposed ban is suggested to address this issue. 2. Developing national guidelines on screen time and the use of smart devices in education. Additionally, the proposal includes providing full protection for smart devices to prevent children from accessing inappropriate content. 3. Implementing action programs against violence, bullying, and discrimination in educational institutions. Bullying or discrimination can cause psychological and physical harm to children. This program will instruct on how to prevent violence and intervene in bullying situations. 4. Developing online health stations for adolescents. The proposal suggests providing lifestyle guidance for adolescents through health apps and social networks. This will help prevent obesity and psychological issues more easily. The decision by Lohjan Hospital to close its maternity services is under review by HUS due to unclear immunity of decision makers. The HUS Executive Board decided to close Lohjan Hospital's maternity services on May 6. This attention-grabbing decision must be reconsidered as some politicians were involved in the decision-making process, some of whom may be disqualified. Municipalities in Western Uusimaa, including Inku and Sintio, have requested HUS to retract the decision to close maternity services in Lohja. A new decision is expected on June 17, but no changes are anticipated. Karen Cederloff from the HUS Executive Board believes the decision will not change or may even be further endorsed. The closure of maternity services in Lohja continues to be contentious in the region. The Southeastern Border Guard District recorded 2 incidents in May, including 2 cases of individuals crossing from Finland into Russia without permission. The first event occurred in Raikola, Imatra, in early May. According to information from the border police, a Finnish man crossed the border into Russia but immediately returned. Border police are investigating this incident as a border-related offense, which typically results in fines. The second incident took place at the end of May in Vainikala, Lapinranta. A man crossed the border into Russia and did not return. Matti Rantanen, the investigation director from the Southeastern Border Guard, stated that this man was apprehended by Russian police, and his case will be processed in Russia. Finnish authorities are attempting to gather information about the man and his situation from Russian authorities. However, they may not provide any information. Border crossings from Finland to Russia are sometimes known to border authorities. Border control points in the east, except Vainakala, have been closed for nearly half a year. In May, a family of 4 from Iraq arrived at Lapland Airport from Bergamo, Italy, with fake residence permits. The southeastern border guard is investigating the origin of the forged documents and the route they took from Iraq to Italy.